Hey guys, Matt here from Rick Brewery. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. This is a test bottle. This is actually one of my mango kolsches. I just got done earlier today bottling off the rest of what was in the keg. Probably got like 6 bottles or so with my, it's called the Bowie Bottler. Got it from a guy from Homebrewtalk. He was a machinist. Piece of stainless steel with some gaskets on it, some tubing, and yeah, just a stainless steel wand with a cork to sit inside of your bottle. You'll see more of that at the end of this. I do actually have took some video because I did get a couple of questions from a couple of people on how I go through my process and why when they get some of my beers that they might be a little bit undercarbonated. So I'm just doing some troubleshooting and trying to figure it out myself. So, but anyway, this is off of that bottling assembly. So it is kegged. It's been kegged for a while now, and the serving pressure on there is just fine. So I figured I'd do a little test here. So like I said, this is just straight out of the keg. I bottled it, I don't know, 10 hours ago maybe now. It's been a while. But there you have it. So this is the mango kolsch. Very, very clear. Definitely got plenty of carbonation in there. You can definitely see the bubbles rising through. Not much head to speak of. I think when I pour it off of the tap, it has a little bit of head. Still has that nice mango aroma to it. Cheers. Yeah, still very nice. But yeah, there's not many left. I just wanted to bottle the rest of it so I can hand out a couple more to friends and family. Anyway, weekly update. So like I said, I'll show you the bottling technique. I've actually been, I was actually considering buying the Blickman beer gun. I've seen a couple of reviews out there. I know my Dean uses it, and it definitely had me intrigued, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger. I actually had a store credit, so I decided to just decided to order it. So it should be a fun little toy to play with. It's actually version 2. I think it's a little bit different than the one Mike Dean has. I think it might be a little bit different than some of the reviews I saw, but I know Big Banana Brewing, he's using the version 2. I saw his review. I tried to do a little bit of research before I pulled the trigger on this thing. And from what I see, it seems like it's going to be pretty cool. This thing's been really nice. It's worked fine for me. As you'll see in the video, it works okay. And it was pretty inexpensive. I think I spent 20 bucks on this thing. And I only just recently had to buy new gaskets for it. I've gotten a lot of mileage out of this thing. I don't really bottle off the keg very often. I typically bottle condition when I can, if I know I'm going to send it out. But that's a real pain. So I'm thinking I might try to control my CO2 through the keg and try to use that beer gun. So we'll see how that goes. I'll probably do that on the next batch of beer. And if it works out better for me, maybe I'll just use that as my my new go-to method. So thanks to a couple of you guys that reached out and just got me thinking about the undercarb idea. I mean, it's not that it's not severely undercarb. It's definitely a little less than what it would be off of the tap. So with some of the beers that require a little bit more CO2 volume, it's probably going to struggle. So I figure it can't hurt. Anyway, I got a couple other quick, just little updates. So I want to try to blow through these and then show you that video at the end so this thing isn't too long. The fantasy draft, I was supposed to have a brew day this week. I just didn't feel like it or have time. But I did put together my recipe for it. I'm going to make a Dunkelweizen. This is for the fantasy draft for the local homebrew club. And yeah, I've made it work out as best as I can. I drew certain ingredients, so I have to use them. And I just made the percentages work, in my favor. With 5 pounds of Munich, 5 pounds of red wheat. I got a pound of carrot aroma, that's going to give me that color. And then I just put a half a pound of carrot Munich 1 and melanoidin. Those are the things that I picked. I also have picked corn sugar as an adjunct, just to use something. So I'm just going to put probably like an ounce in there, just to get it in there. Say it was used. And then just went through brewing water and just worked out what my brewing salts could be for this style. I'm going to try to go for like a calcium content of about 60, sulfate kind of low, about 30, chloride a little bit on the higher side because this is a malt forward type of beer, so I did make the chloride 50. I didn't make the numbers real huge. I didn't want to mess with it too much. I just wanted to kind of get something that I think would work with this without adding too much flavoring. So we'll see how it goes. I did get my my labels. So sorry guys that I sent you my beer mails. You guys didn't get any labels on. I just didn't have them run off yet. So there's the the red pilsner, the white stout, and I had the Marzen ones rolled off too because that's the next in line. So yeah, the next set of beers that go out will have will actually look the part. Speaking of the Marzen, you guys saw this in my last video, so I really won't talk much about it, but this is the bouncer. I think what I'm going to do for the Marzen, because the red pilsner I used the red, the more coarse one. I think for the Marzen I'm going to try the medium blue to try to clear it out. I did buy some gelatin. That was also at the suggestion of Mike Dean, so thank you for that. I did use that on the red pilsner just to clear it out the rest of the way, and it did an amazing job. So I definitely have that for a backup plan. I don't know if I'll put that in every one of my beers, but I definitely like the idea of clearing it out even further. I did get a little gift. I was pleasantly surprised. I don't recall, I didn't order it, but I did re-up my subscription to the American Homebrewers Association. So they sent me out this this little cool stainless steel mug with a little clip on it. So I can clip it to my belt and always have a sample glass with me when I'm bar crawling, I guess, huh? So that's pretty cool. I don't know what I'll use it for yet. I just have it as a tchotchke laying on the desk or something, but yeah. And you guys probably saw I did a review video of this thing, so I'm not going to talk too much about this either, but this is just the Inkbird. It's supposed to be a remote view on your temperatures it'll show you the temperatures of where this is, and it'll show you the temperature of both where the probe box is and the probe itself is. So I actually have the box sitting in the fermentation refrigerator in the garage, and the probe itself is sitting in a glass of Star Sand. So I can see what the temperature is in this room, which it's saying is 73. It's saying the refrigerator currently, where the Marzen is sitting, the refrigerator itself is, looks like it is 32, and the probe is 37. So that's pretty close to what I have it set to. I have the beer set to 38 because I'm cold crashing it. And then probably tomorrow I'll use this to filter it out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope to have a brew day here in the next couple of days because I've really got to get this fantasy draft going. The judging on it is November 18th, so yeah, I meant to brew it last week and just didn't have all the ingredients. Finally got everything and then just didn't have time, so we'll get that done. Enjoy the footage of the bottling, and I'll see you guys next week. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. Cheers.